Can you take me there? With pieces everywhere. In the quiet there, I'm not alone.
Today we're gonna have a meal with James Vincent. He's gonna come to share with us his story, his talent, and his gift and extend it to you. Let's do it. When you're writing a song, you start with the lyrics, with the melody, or something else. For the food, we have a ribeye steak tacos with chimichurri. That's amazing. Let's try and make the recipe step by step so we all can learn something new today. What do you use for the chimichurri? What ingredients?
So this has parsley, cilantro, red onions, and if you want to experiment, you can do garlic in it. And then you add a bunch of olive oil and red wine vinegar and salt, and you let it sit at least for 24 hours, but if not, at least let it sit for 30 minutes to an hour before using it so that the herbs soak in all of that juice from the olive oil and vinegar. Because if there is somebody who's going to make the chimichurri, it is going to be in Argentina.
And we need fresh herbs. Let's go get from the garden. Fresh oregano, garlic chives, why not? Need basil. Pick the basil without the flower. It gives more taste. And rosemary. Oof, I can smell all the herbs. Can you? We don't use the stem from the rosemary, just the leaves. More salt.
I've just found that I get rewarded, just my soul is rewarded when I get to extend my gift and connect to the nations in that way. My name is James Vincent. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I live in Corinth, Texas. I think my main gift, the way I express myself, is through music. Yep, I play quite a few instruments and I sing, I write music, I compose. Yeah, that's the main way that I express my gift is through music. So I extend my gift in many ways, but I think the main way is through connecting to the nations. I'm privileged to travel quite a bit, places in Africa, Europe, Asia, North America, South America, just all over. And so it's just a blessing for me to be able to connect in so many ways. You know, as a kid, my mother would have us learning the piano, learning the notes on the piano. She would teach us kind of the rudiments of music. She'd have me and my brothers standing there and she'd be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And we'd sing that with her. Da, 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 da. The musical heritage of New Orleans really helped shape my journey in many ways. Obviously, being from there, you can't help but be affected by the music. I remember being 11 years old and I told my dad, hey, I want to learn the trumpet. And he was supportive. He went and bought me a trumpet and I learned it. At age 12, I was playing in the youth band at my church. Playing the trumpet, I wasn't very good, but the youth leader, the band leader, was gracious to let me travel the city with them at different youth events and play my trumpet with their rock band, you know. I was maybe 15 years old, about 15 years old when I got good enough to play with the big band at my church. All of that was just kind of a roundabout way to show you the kind of journey to me discovering, my gift. So if I was to pinpoint anything, it would probably be that about age 17 when I really discovered my gift for singing and playing piano and composing and things like that.
Let's grill. Woo-hoo. Another thing, if you slice the meat against the fibers,
Hmm.
it becomes more tender. We use salt. That's the only seasoning we use on
Yeah.
the meat, just
Nice.
salt. Grill some tortillas. La banderita. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Eso. I would cook every day outside. That's why we have this kitchen. All right, tortillas ready. Who wants to eat?
Me.
Eso. There you go. Mmm.
Put a little bit of extra chili on.
Mmm.
Okay. I believe one of the greatest things you can do is to be positive, to be someone who's giving, to be someone who's a light to others, because there's more and more to learn. So you really have to give yourself time to learn. I'm sure that 70-year-old me, 80-year-old me is going to have a lot to teach this version of me.
If you could give an advice to young artists who is entering in a music industry right now, what would be?
Looking back, I see that there are a lot of things that I wish that someone would have told me before. My wife gave me a picture the other day, and it was a picture of me. I was a kid. I was like 19 years old, maybe 20, and I was singing in front of people. I was leading worship in a service. It made me think about, man, what if I had an opportunity to say something to him? What would I say?
To your
Yes,
young
to
self,
my younger self.
younger self.
Yeah. Among those things was, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself time to learn. You're going to make mistakes. Give yourself a little grace, And so that's one thing that I would say to some of the people who are really trying to use their gift, not only to, make money, but to affect people in a positive way. Also, stick to your values, the good values. That's another thing. Everyday values like, I love my wife.
That's a positive affirmation right
Yes. Oh, yeah. Positive. That's definitely a very positive affirmation, because one thing about positive affirmations, I love being able to speak them, but also demonstrating them is one of the most important ways to give positive affirmations.
How do you want your music to impact people and have an influence?
If you're a worship leader, your main goal should be to introduce people to Jesus through music and to give people an opportunity to experience him. That's what I believe.
Do any of your children has the gift for music, and how do you support?
My youngest son, he's also into music. He, just like me, he creates music, produces music. Yes, he's also a hip hop artist. He's been on James' track. He has his own music out as well. So look up J22 Hip Hop.
There you go. Remember that.
Yeah. And the way that I support him is, of course, I help him produce his music. He's actually under my musical label. So I put those things out. I do my best to promote them. Give him opportunities to perform when he can. He's been featured on one of my songs. I was featured on one of his songs.
That's nice. It's a
Yeah.
teamwork.
Yes.
What would be the song that represents you at this moment?
This moment, the song that represents me most at this moment would probably be Break My Walls Down. For the broken, for the weary, for the questioning and the seeking, for the widow and the orphan, for all the miracles. Break my walls down. Take my opinions, my desires. Lord, you can throw them into the fire, and you can fill me with your heart.
break my walls down.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Where people can find your music? What are the platforms out there?
So
they
you
find
can find my music on every platform, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all of those. One of my favorite ways to write a song is I'll hear a sound, it's just inspired, and I'll just close my eyes and I'll listen. It's like I'm following the makeup of the song. It's just coming, and I'm not making it happen. I'm literally just in my mind, just listening to it.
We had a talk with James Vincent. He's a great artist, musician, singer. He's a great father, because I know you very well. Great friend. We're gonna share all his information right below. Thank you so much for coming. And Maurice Lopez is coming next. He's a finance advisor. We're gonna set up a date and time to bring him over so he can share with us experience, knowledge, his gift, and extend it to you. Stay tuned, subscribe for more contents like this. Community Flavors.
Extend your gift.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, this is great. I love it.
Can you take me there, where peace is everywhere, in the quiet